Hey everyone, my name is Rahat. I hope you all are doing well. I am the host of the video series Mainframe Voices. As the name suggests, we are creating a video series where we gather different perspectives of experts on mainframe technology and mainframe modernization. Our goal is to highlight the importance and future of mainframe in today's technology landscape. In this episode of Mainframe Voices, we delve into the integration of DevOps principles within mainframe environment with a focus on maintaining the robust security standards that these systems are known for, while DevOps practices promise improved efficiency and agility, ensuring that security remains a top priority is crucial. Our experts will discuss strategies for applying DevOps methodologies to mainframes without compromising on security, exploring the best practices and solutions that balance innovation with the need to stringent security measures. Join us as we navigate the intersection of DevOps with mainframe security.
The things that if you think about DevOps the right way, it is about automation, it's about transformation. In doing DevOps correctly, what you're doing is you're automating and removing manual process. Well, removing manual processes makes your system more secure, not less secure. You're removing people's access to production because you have automation doing it instead. So that makes you more secure. And truly transforming with a DevOps process, you add in automated testing, automated security scanning, automated checks into the process. And so actually, here's another one. I'm even more secure. And if you do DevOps, right, well, DevSecOps with security by design, you're even more secure. And so absolutely everything about the automation can help you improve your security posture, not decrease it. Now, yes, if you implement things badly on any platform, you can cause a security problem. But on Z, because it's already secure, generally, usually, most people have it set up that way. Adding in the automation, you're going to add it in such a way that it only has access to the things it should have access to. You're only going to grant it access to certain places, and therefore you aren't decreasing your security posture. You're increasing your security posture by removing manual steps and people from the system.
Security in DevOps or DevSecOps has a couple of different aspects. I would probably divide it in two or maybe three aspects. One is building secure code. Okay, so that's how you write the application. There's things that should be baked into the application thing. I don't know. SQL injection is the very basic one, but the way you manage your resources, the fact that you're using libraries that are up to date and don't have security gaps, etc. So that's kind of building a secure application. The DevOps pipeline can actually contain step to pick or to use security tools that to do vulnerability scanning and even security testing. If you're developing, I don't know, APIs or web apps, there's tools to actually search for vulnerabilities in your application implementation. So that's also essential. And then lastly is like the characteristics of the environment. So the mainframes are especially known for having very tight controls in terms of ensuring that there's I don't want to say none, but it's very, very hard to really, if you're a malicious actor, to get control of applications or hijack runtimes. Obviously, there's a basic thing which is keeping the administrator credentials secure, and this is kind of an area of organizational controls. No one is immune, but assuming that you have the right organizational controls, so people don't have too much permissions and that the accounts are secure, then the mainframes themselves do have extra layer that ensures that the applications itself and any sort of attempts to hijack and exploit failures on the applications, if this first step of writing secure code and security testing on DevOps, if that fails, the mainframe itself will have controls to ensure that there's no leakage and access to malicious resource. But there's always this last element that I was alluding to, which is making sure that you're not using unsecure credentials and that you're not publishing on GitHub the keys, for the encryption keys and that kind of stuff. And that is a problem that neither mainframes, neither cloud, neither DevOps tools will be able to solve completely.
And so the first one is just that, in environments that I had worked on in the cloud, I mean, you just assume you have internet access. And so in the mainframe world, that assumption is not there. And so there's going to have to be a very careful consideration with every component that you bring in, like where is this touching the internet, where are the security spots that we need to pay attention to. And the good thing about mainframe is we're already really good at that. We're good at finding those gaps. And so are the vendors in this space who are working on it. I mean, they know what kind of gaps are there, and they know the threat modeling. So you need to, just keep it in mind that they're just very two different mindsets. And as you start bringing in this tooling, you may find that a tool just like it self-updates or something, and you don't want that. Like, you don't want a tool updating itself, because what if there's a vulnerability that you haven't explored or you haven't tested the software yet? And so there is risk there for sure, but it can be mitigated. And it's just like bringing in any sort of new software into your environment. You have to test it, you have to do a security evaluation, and DevOps doesn't really change that all that much.
But it's kind of, these things are going hand in hand. Like when you are doing DevOps, making small batch changes, making sure and testing automatically everything, that's exactly how you get the reliability and security. So like it goes hand in hand. Benefit is automation and the security and reliability. That's why we got to the pipelines on the on-premise and cloud environments. So it's kind of hard to answer this question. The answer is that's what it's for. And it's not that's what it's for mainframe. That's what it's for in general. That's how we got to these pipelines and this approach. We wanted to make sure that we can securely, fast, deliver reliable solutions. That's what DevOps is about. So mainframe is just like an obvious player within it. Like it's just actually, to quite some extent, it was there already before, because endeavor from mainframe is short for environment for development and operations. So this kind of approach been on mainframe always. It's more that now we are integrating with the tools that are in the distributed world, because they did build it again from the scratch because they ignored that mainframe exists. It's fine. That's how works quite often.
So in terms of security, what I'm familiar with is that, yes, mainframe is very secure. So that part is not really a problem. We're already okay with that. And the security that we need to work on is that before the mainframe part. And with Zoe, in terms of the API mediation layer, I believe that the security that they have implemented is more with the tokenization and the certification of the applications that goes from your web service through Zoe. So if you have the API mediation layer installed in your mainframe, there's an additional layer of security through API mediation layer, because they provide you different types of encryption with your credentials. And I think that's how security is handled through this application to API mediation layer.
The security is interesting for the mainframe. So I think once you've got more testing, you've got security. Lots of mainframe security is just sort of built in, I think. Mainframes have what's called pervasive encryption. So all of the data is encrypted. It's a bit like, end-to-end encryption. But even within the machine itself, so the data that's on the bus, the data that's on the chipset is encrypted. So nobody can get that data and decrypt it, right? No other piece of software running on that machine can do it. There's a lot of very, very, very clever things done about security on the mainframe. That just means it's a very, very secure platform. I wouldn't say it's impossible to hack it, but it's extremely difficult to break into a mainframe. into a mainframe.